turn it up this weekend on The Weekend Vibe.
What's good, my people? Welcome back to another great episode of Big Brother Naija special on the Scar Radio. Honestly, it's an amazing time for me, and it's a special time for me because I have this gentleman in the studio with me. You all might know him. I know you definitely do, and I'm a big fan of his. That's no source of concern for him because we're about to have a deep conversation right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Khalid.
Thank you for having me, guys.
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're looking good. You're looking good. I was going to ask you, and I think I did, but then I'll reiterate. The hat, it became like a statement, a fashion statement.
Yeah.
So what happened? I was expecting the hat. I nearly wore mine. Thankfully, I didn't. So what happened? Why did you wear that today?
I mean, I'm more of a face cap. I'm more of a peak cap guy, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but for the fact that we couldn't take it into the house, I had like a lot in the coining. I had to keep it aside, so I just chose the bowler hat.
Why couldn't you take that into the house?
I mean, you couldn't cover your face, had conversations and all that, and I can understand that, so I just had to drop it.
Oh, okay. And then outside, okay, so you had this thing going. In case you don't know, for us on the outside, we saw you. We were watching in. And you had the hats and the multiple rings thing going.
Yeah.
It was a nice thing to look at, like a fashion statement.
Yeah, I know my rings stay. All day.
Oh, you still have the rings on?
Yeah,
you want to show? Let's show them. Let's pepper them. Let's pepper them.
Yo, your ring. It's amazing.
Come on, show them.
Definitely getting one of those.
Man, they're lovely. They're lovely. They're lovely. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Scott, we're happy to have you here. So let's kick things off, shall we?
Okay.
You were on the show for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And you've been out for
a week.
A week?
Yeah.
What would you say has been the most shocking idea of you that you've heard on the outside? Now you've been out.
The most shocking idea of
Mhm.
I think one comment I saw online was I'm controlling.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most chillest person. Most accepting
from
person.
day one.
Yeah. Like, I think people just want to see what they want to see. And that's based on my relationship. I mean, people don't like to, I think this generation don't like to be told, okay, don't do this, don't do that, but sometimes it's coming from a place of care. And if I don't like something, I know it's definitely going to hurt you. Be it my girlfriend or my friend, I would definitely let you know, regardless of how you feel about it, because I know it's going to hurt you.
So do you feel like you were that blunt in the house?
Yeah, definitely. Although I like to...
But you didn't speak too much.
Yeah, I like to soften it, Sometimes I could be talking to somebody and you think I'm making them feel better, but I'm actually telling you that, bro, you don't fuck up, but... yeah, nice way.
Okay, so you have a brand, obviously. I'm sure you'd want to build out your brand. Now you're out of the house. And then coming into the show, one pervading idea that people have always had was that when you come on a show like the Big Brother Naija, you come to sell your brand. You come to let people know what you're all about. What would you say the 3 weeks you were in the house? I mean, 1 week is enough to publicize whoever or whatever it is you want to publicize. What would you say is that one thing that you say you've been able to let Nigerians, Africans, the world know about Khalid, brand-wise?
In general sense, I know how to do a lot of things, but when you think about it, its basest form, it's art.
Art.
Art is subjective, so it can mean different things. It can mean fashion, it can mean music. So I feel it's just being a creative in general, and my dynamic nature, to infuse myself into different things. When there's a problem, there's a solution. That's basically just it. So once a task is given, my creative side just comes in, can correlate it with any other thing, hence why I've been able to gather so many skills. It started out as hobbies, and I think aside, being an artist, being able to draw, being able to make data arts and NFTs, play basketball, it's all an art.
You make NFTs?
Yeah, I actually draw them, although I don't know the in-depth parts of it, but it's something I want to explore deeply. At a point in time, I thought, okay, I'm just making art for fun. That gave it meaning. So
now you feel like it's something you can commercialize.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to figure out where fighting and boxing enters, what the correlation between boxing
I
and
mean,
arts is,
I
because
mean,
I've seen quite a few videos of you, doing the one twos, the
shadow boxing,
hooks,
and yeah.
shadow boxing and stuff.
It's more of stress relief. I don't really want to do much with
Mm,
that. Right now I don't know about later on, but as a man, I just feel you should be able to
to
defend
defend
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and besides that, it's a form of stress relief. Everybody
But
has.
do you know how to do it like box properly?
I won't say properly, but I'm not so bad.
So
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
you've got a main hook.
Ah, like crazy. I didn't even think it was that strong.
And I didn't greet you properly when you came here.
It's
Just in
all good.
case. All right, guys,
No,
just
it's
stay
okay.
tuned. We'll be right back. Khalid is still here. We have plenty more conversations to have right here on the Scar Weekend Vibes.
Start it up this weekend on the Weekend Vibe.
Guys, welcome back to the show. It's the Big Brother Naija special on the Scar Weekend Vibes. I remain OJ, your host with the most, and joining me today on the show is Khalid from Big Brother Naija. I'm not sure if you like that being attached to your name. I mean, you're fresh out of the house, so you're going to get it a lot. Khalid of Big Brother Naija. You'd be like, I have a son name. Address me by my son name.
I mean, definitely, I would like people to know my surname. I come from Plateau State, but I can't remove at this point. I can't remove Big Brother Nigeria because it's a major part of my life right now. So if you address me like that, I mean, it's what you know me as. So there's no offense to that.
Yeah, something good, right? So let's go back into the house. Not literally, but let's go back into the house. I'm sure I'm not sure though, but have you been following up on the happenings in the house since you've been out?
I've tried to.
But you have an idea.
I have an idea. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is the most interesting thing for you coming out now and having the opportunity to like see everything that has happened or is happening in the house, and you're like, okay, I never knew this was going on. I never knew this was a thing. What would you say? I mean,
I won't
that
say
could be.
anything has surprised me. I think it's
Really?
just, yeah, it's
from
just
from both levels.
yeah, I'm a quiet person in the house, but I actually pay attention. So there's just certain dynamics, that I just saw happening. Groovy, Fina, Chumsy, Chichi, the whole trouble happened. So it's just it's not like it's surprising. I just laugh. I think Saif and I had set, 3 predictions, in the house at one point in time, and seeing everything play out.
Three
Yeah,
predictions.
that was I think the first one was Groovy and Beauty happening. So that happened.
And that happened. Yeah.
I think the Saif doing thing that happened too. I can't remember the
Did
last
that really
one.
happen?
Yeah, I mean,
It looked like it was going to happen,
was going
and
to happen.
then
Then yeah, it was definitely cut short because of Saif's eviction. And all that, but,
true.
I mean, it happened to the extent that it did. So,
Amongst all the contestants currently on the show, who would you say has the best strategy?
strategy. I won't say best strategy because I've met these people. It's easy to think from the outside world that they have a strategy, but these people don't know how what they're doing is affecting them outside.
Really?
Yeah.
You actually believe that?
Actually-
Because
actually do
I
believe that.
assume that coming on the show, you must have watched maybe one or two
Yeah,
or watched the
definitely,
clip. So
definitely.
coming in, it's just basic to have like a strategy, don't you think?
That's the thing, yeah. People in this house currently this season, they're not your average Joe. Exactly. So you can't use, you can't think of them like you think of the regular person. These people are mad. like
I
yeah,
agree.
Yeah, like they are mad. Like in a good sense, they are talented. They are a
Yeah.
different breed. I mean, would you think you would have a Hermes in that house?
No.
Exactly.
Did you watch the show before, prior to this one?
Yeah, not to the full extent, but yeah.
So there's this idea that this could be the most entertaining Big Brother Naija
Oh, it's not an idea, it's a fact.
yet. You believe so too?
Fact. It's not an idea, that's a fact.
Because apart from the whole love thing, there's drama, there's disqualifications, there is fights, there's this, there are ships. Okay, you were in a ship yourself, and I feel like there have been a lot of ships. Is that something that you put your mind towards, or it just happens for you?
Like I keep saying, you're outside the house, it's something different. When you get into the house, it's another different thing. And I think the fact that most ships are happening because it's the whole Gen Z thing where people don't want to express their feelings, then when they're pushed to the wall, they can't define something properly and it just happens.
Mm.
So that's strong head thing. I always say, now the person will get strong by pass, they fall fast. So I think, yeah, it's the fact that people can't
Really?
express. Yeah, you can't express it. So when it happens, you don't know
Uh,
what to do about it, and you just go with the flow. At the end of the day, but sometimes it's a beautiful thing, and sometimes it's chaotic. It just depends on how much you can define it. At the end of the day,
but it feels like there are a lot of ships.
no,
There are a
definitely
lot of ships.
exactly.
I haven't witnessed these many
Many.
ships in one season at a time. It feels like there are a lot of
Yeah,
ships.
people. It's the whole. I think it's the whole vibe thing. Everybody wants to say vibe and cruise, but they don't
Five
exactly. They don't know what vibe and cruise means. So
means, yeah.
when someone doesn't reciprocate your feelings, I think the next best thing to cushion it is either to fight or jump onto another ship. So nobody wants to be alone and process it and be like, okay, it's okay to actually
Are they fake
I mean,
ships?
fake ships. I do believe that they are fake ships. I mean, or for am I to tell anyone that if you're feeling something, feel it.
Yeah, but in your opinion,
Opinion.
which would you say were real and which would you say are fake?
Like I said, I can't
Maybe
tell
fake
you.
is a strong word.
Fake is a
Maybe
strong
not
word.
real.
Um,
Not
I feel okay. I'll say not
not
well thought
that
out.
wouldn't not well
Not
thought
well
out or
thought out.
wouldn't last long.
Yeah.
Wouldn't last very long.
The whole groovy dynamic. I
Okay.
mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a really sweet guy, honestly, and I think that's the problem. He doesn't want to hurt anybody, so he just keeps going. You can't keep going. These are human emotions.
Mm.
Try to learn how to, tell people what you want and what you don't want. They'll respect you more for it, regardless. But people always think when you let someone down,
Mm.
they'll get angry, but just try it. They own their own emotions. Respect them enough to say, okay, I'm, I don't want this. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want any trouble in the end. So just learn to be expressive.
So do you feel Groovy should probably have let Fina down?
Left me.
Using your own words.
I feel he should have defined it. Letting her down is left for her because she's a mature person. She's a
Mm.
very intelligent person. Like I said, letting her down is subjective in the sense that she owns her own emotions. So she might not have been let down. Those are two extremes which I don't like to walk on. But at this point in time,
All right, guys. When we come back, we're still going to delve into the issues of love. So you don't want to go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Start it up this weekend on The Weekend Vibe.
It's another Saturday, a great day on the Weekend Vibes, and I have with me Khalid. And we've been having quite a revealing conversation. And I just feel like before we delve into something that I feel a lot of people want to hear, which you must have already spoken about countless times, we should just talk about the times leading up to you entering the house,
okay.
the lockdown. What was that like? Who were you paired with? What happened? How many weeks were you on lockdown?
Okay, we're in lockdown for an entire week.
One.
Yeah, just 1 week. I was paired with Hermes. Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
general knowledge right now. Yeah, so
yeah.
I was paired with Hermes. I actually didn't expect anything from it. It was just the experience. Seeing a person like Hermes. Definitely, I've seen a lot of people like Hermes, so it wasn't surprising. I'm sure like the first impression, as soon as we got into the queue, just started vibing.
He's
Okay,
quite intellectual, isn't he?
yeah, I mean, conversations we had, it was refreshing not having to dumb myself down, walk on eggshells. You understood what I was saying, at a high caliber. Wake up in the morning, we walk out. When someone is tired, I'll gas him up. He gas me up.
Hmm.
Just work out. We finish everything. We never
But then he put you up.
yeah, it's a game at the end of the day.
Yeah, but you have feelings though. How do you feel about
I respect him for it.
that? You respect him for it.
Yes, I do. I mean, people should not forget we didn't
Uh,
come here for any other thing else, than to actually, sell yourself for people, depending on what success means to you. Definitely put me up if I won head of house. Do you think I would have put him
mm,
up?
I think you would have
Sharp,
immediately.
sharp.
No time.
Come on.
Did you feel like he was the biggest threat from the other house?
The biggest threat, I feel they thought he was the biggest threat because he was more outspoken.
You have someone else in mind?
No, it's not like I have someone else in mind per se, like actively, but I think what makes someone a threat is what other people say about them, his reputation.
Mm.
So I feel what made me the biggest threat was because everyone else thought I was just doing my duty as much as I thought I was. I didn't come here to say I want to make you scared. I saw a game. I went into the game, did
Mm.
it with my full focus. I didn't care what other people were saying or thinking. I was just doing what I was doing. It's other people that are now started saying this and that and that, and this, just creating that idea. I am a competitive person, but I will not come and tell you that, hey, I'm a threat or,
But
whatever.
I agree. I agree. But having two houses and the way things were structured, I think it's in my opinion, it didn't do justice to the game, in my opinion. Because I feel, and this is not because you're here, all right. I feel if things were done the old way, even though this two house thing was quite entertaining, if things were done the old way, you could have stayed a little bit longer. Do you share the same opinion?
I'm not a personal regret, but in 3 weeks I was able to do this.
Yeah, but you agree.
Yeah, like yeah, if definitely it's a possibility.
Mm.
These are based on possibilities. You can always say if something happened like this, it can happen like they're all possibilities. But what we're focusing on is what is right now, and I feel that dynamic. It's doing something for the show because people were pissed that I left the show, and I keep on getting text messages that since you left, I stopped
You
watching
stop
the show.
watching
Like a lot of that.
fans.
Like I'm like, wait, just keep because it's doing its job. It's like
Yeah.
watching a movie where you hate the lead role, then the person comes out and they actually hate him in real life. He has done his job because he was able to incite that emotion. He has
Yeah.
done his job. So what is happening is meant to happen.
So you've done your job.
Done my job.
How about your faith?
My faith.
How were you able to pray in the house?
All five.
All
Maybe
five.
all five. Yeah, not maybe not at the times I wanted because we didn't have means of telling time and all. So I just had to go out with whatever source of light I could use. Look at the day, gauge it. Pray at that time. Sometimes I actually pray a prayer before it's time, but I don't know that. I'm just And the thing is, my religion it's not so strict. If you're putting Islam promotes context. There's certain situation you get yourself into that you can actually kind of break the rules or bend,
Oh,
because
you can actually break the rules.
yeah, in certain situations,
Give me an example.
okay, like telling a lie now, and I think there are three situations where you can tell a lie to save your life,
Okay, agreed.
to save your life,
Yeah.
to help a situation. Let's say people are fighting. You could tell like to
To
just
break things off.
yeah, just to help the situation. If it's
Okay.
going to be extreme, and to help your relationship with your spouse. Like
Mm-hmm.
telling her I'll give you the world and all the
Okay, Bobo.
just to make the
Okay,
relationship
all
better.
right.
It's context. It's not like they tell you because people they work with extremes, good and bad. So sometimes once you get once you
Is
walk
it like a gray
that
area?
gray exactly
Yeah.
walk in the gray, you tend to understand people better. You might see somebody now cutting a tree down and be like, oh, that's not good. Then you go and meet him and ask like cheesy will say ask why. You go and you ask him why do you that okay, you be like the
Yeah.
tree was growing so much, you almost cut the barbed wire that could like so like there is walk in the gray. It's not always so black and white.
If it's not, if it can be gray, so why didn't you drink in the house?
Because there was no situation that
By drinking, I don't mean water. I mean
it's not solving a problem or helping anybody out. If they said, okay, drink
it
or
was
else I'll
solving
kill
our
you.
problem. It was
Entertainment,
solving
yeah.
our. We on the outside, it was solving our problem. We like to see you guys drink on Saturdays.
But ultimately, it's not saving anyone's life.
Yeah,
If they told me, okay, drink or else we'll blow this head off. Ah,
you take a gallon.
I'll take one for the team, to save someone's
So
life.
where does Daniella come in? Okay, I know we just went from there to that, from this to that. So where does that come in? Because a lot of the time we on the outside watching in, you had the night scenes and the duvet. We call it under the sheets, the under the sheets series. Obviously, we can't speak to certainty what happened or the things that went down, but ideas were created. So, what would you say is that line? Was the line crossed? Was the line, met the gray area? What happened with that?
I mean, I think both religions, it's not even just both religions. So many religions, frown upon premarital, relationships, even if it doesn't go to sex and all that, But at the
Your
end
voice has calmed down now. I'm
Yeah.
not hearing you again.
okay, yeah, both religions, they frown upon that, to a certain
Yeah.
extent. But at the end of the day, we're all human. There are mistakes that I'm not saying I'm promoting, whatever, but I keep saying nothing happened, and
Nothing
yeah,
happened.
I mean, we didn't have
Are
sex.
you hearing this now? Nothing happened. Nothing. But what was happening? What was going on?
What's going on? What context? What
What was
sense?
happening? Because there was a lot of movement.
I mean, yeah, you're under the sheets, and even if I was moving my hand like that, definitely someone would say, "Okay, that's something else is moving." Yeah,
You're writing a book.
even if exactly, if I was moving my
Yeah,
hand under
yeah,
the sheet,
yeah,
someone would
yeah.
definitely, say so. Even if ideas were created, people are entitled to their own opinions, and
True.
it's a show that promotes, stuff like that because that's what
Big time.
people are looking out for that because
People
there's so
don't
much.
sleep.
Yeah,
1 a.m. They're like this.
and they're
Khalid,
still watching actively.
do something for me, Khalid. Help my ministry.
I mean, yeah. So, like I said, both religions, frown upon it.
Yeah, true.
But there's still so many people. I think I could beat my chest that everyone, if I see someone who has said I'm not in a relationship, it actually surprised me
Mm-hmm.
because that's the norm of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, people keep asking, why don't you drink? Why do you drink? And why don't you drink? And or you want to be in a relationship and all that. I mean, because you do one thing doesn't mean you should do everything. You
Everything.
should know as a person, you should know your limits.
Mm.
You know, even if there's certain vices that you can handle because nobody is void of sin. Religion wasn't created for the holy people. Exactly. If it was, then what's the point, of all this? Everybody's supposed to just be having
The
and,
giant.
you know,
Let's come back to you and Daniela. Honestly speaking, I think in the house with all these ships and everything that was going on, like erecting ships left, right, and center, I would say that yours seemed like the most genuine, or the one that looked like something could actually spring forth from. But you're outside the house. Hopefully, Daniela gets to stay till the end of the show. But whenever she comes out, could that be something?
there are situations there are things that could play out, where she could come out and the entire pressure might get to, I've thought about
Mm.
all the variables, but even down to friendship, I'm still willing
Friendship so
to do
soon.
that. Yeah.
We don't want friendship, man.
No, I'm just saying, it's like I said, there are possibilities, and I've
Possibility.
thought of every possibility.
Let's speak about one possibility.
Okay.
And I don't know if that is something you're willing to even pay attention to. And that is the ultimate, which is a union, a marriage. Is that a possibility you envisage? Because
When you
it
say
leads
when
it
you say
leads it leads to the next question, which is how do you balance the difference in faith?
faith, exactly,
Yeah.
something we've actually talked about, not extensively, and like I said,
You both have.
yeah, like I said,
Interesting.
to whatever extent it is, I would like to keep a relationship with her, whether it's intimate relationship or just platonic. She's an amazing person, and that's not something I can come and talk on radio about that yes or no.
Yeah, because you need her buying.
Exactly,
Yeah.
a lot of talking. Family is going to be involved, and a lot of other factors are going to be involved. So even if it doesn't end, at that, definitely somebody I still want to have around.
As a friend.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we're going to delve into the career and the life of Khalid after the show. So you don't want to go anywhere. Stay tuned, people. We'll be right back.
Turn it up this weekend on the Weekend Vibe.
All right, welcome back, guys. I'm still here with my brother, my man.
My G.
What's up?
It's your ring, go miss.
What's up? One of yours is already missing. Check. All right, man. So we spoke about so many things, and we're coming straight into your plans. Now, to just give it a little bit of context, there is this idea that people have constantly spoken about, the 1 year span. I don't know if you've heard about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
You come out of the show, you literally, according to what is out there, you literally have 1 year to
year.
establish yourself as a brand. Whether or not you believe it, I think it's a thing.
It's
So
a thing.
coming out, it's literally like you have to hit the ground running. What would you say is your action plan right now? You've been out for a few weeks. I'm sure you've been approached by several brands and stuff like that. But what would you say is your action plan to build out that Khalid brand?
I think you have to know what your short term plans are and your long term plans. Now you're coming out and you have brands coming up. You want to balance your long term plans with your short term plans, but believe the endorsements, that could be giving you that money like quickly should be what you focus on now, and not you shouldn't listen to the pressures of the outside world where you have to establish yourself. There's no time frame for
So waist trainers, you do waist
no,
trainer.
definitely not.
You wouldn't
No,
do
I
a waist
mean,
trainer
why
brand.
would I? I mean, why would I? I mean, even if endorsements are coming, you have to pick wisely,
Okay.
because they
Okay.
could also hurt your reputation. You have to build a brand. When someone sees something, you can correlate it. Okay, this is what this kind of person would do. Definitely going to focus on endorsements. And getting that money. Then getting after that, start
That
to
is the
build.
short term.
That's short term.
So the long
The
term.
long term, you invest that money in different things because investments are also important, and part of your investments are your long term plans, things that you can see yourself doing over a span of time. And for me, that's sneakers.
Really?
Yeah,
You design?
I love sneakers. I love
Do you
design. Yeah,
design?
yeah, I design.
For real?
Yeah, I mean, before it was just theoretical, just designing, having my idea. I play basketball, so they release and aside fashion, so
Oh,
yeah, I've worn
nice.
shoes that they hurt my toe or hurt this or hurt that. I'm a fast player, so I need something that has stopping power, something that has traction.
Hmm.
So I just think, okay, what if I could do something like this and like this to solve this problem? Because I know I'm not the only one that has this problem.
How do you feel? How do you feel you can capitalize on that? Because in Nigeria, we don't have a lot of production going on our side. How do you feel? Do you have any plans towards maybe partnering with a shoemaking company
Exactly.
or
That's it
a
because
brand
I'm not like trying to make my own company
from
first,
the
like from the
scratch?
scratch. Yeah, because that's difficult, and people need people.
True.
There's support first before you can now stand on your own. Maybe in the long run, I will have my own brand, coming up. But at the end, collaborations are also a way of making money.
True.
People are always like, you should have your own. Nobody should tell you what you should. If you know it's going to work for you, start with that first. So collaborations, are definitely a thing. Imagine your name being attached to big names. That's a stepping stone for you to have your own. It makes it easier. If you want to start on your own first, it might get difficult along the line. So definitely, I'm going to start with collaboration. And one of the biggest names out there is Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely having a collaboration with Nike would be crazy. Another name is aside Adidas, Puma. I've
Puma.
always loved their style. They have this because I also skateboard. I love.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a hobby for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Man, this dude does a lot of stuff. And don't forget that he fights too. I'm not forgetting that part.
They come.
Yeah.
yeah. So that's those two brands. Are one of the brands that I want to work with. Then there's Vans, Converse. Oh, I love their shoe. Their lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vans. They have
like
this
it's this
look.
look. Yeah, it's so slick. Slick
It
streetwear.
goes through time. It's just the
Exactly,
same. It's
exactly. It's
like
very timeless.
yeah.
See, Converse and Vans, they're two brands I want to work with. I've designed concept shoes, for them. I tried tagging them when, I was a nobody,
Well,
and
now
you know,
God has made us
God has blessed
somebody.
us. So
Yeah,
hopefully, I could definitely reach out to the right people, and have collaboration because if it's to create designs, it's not a problem. It's
it's no
getting to the
problem.
right people to,
A lot of people don't know this, but Kanye used collaboration to get his shoes out there.
exactly,
The dude,
exactly.
he didn't actually produce everything
Yeah,
himself.
I mean, he started with Nike. Remember that? I think people have already forgotten that Nike. I had a
Yeah,
pair.
yeah.
I had a pair, so they were like really sick. He started with Adidas, and his name is attached to a brand, but he is a
But
brand
he
on
is a
his own.
brand
Exactly.
by
So,
himself. Yeah.
so whether you're being attached to somebody, success is success. At the end of the day, for me, I think the ultimate goal is taking care of the people you care for.
Hmm.
So whether your name is attached to this or you have your own, that doesn't matter. You define success yourself.
I feel like this is quite different from what we would normally hear from housemates. It's. Do you feel that a lot of housemates are maybe boxed in? It's like when you come off the show, you have to be one of three things: either you're a host,
Mm.
or you just own a boutique. You have your line.
Mm.
You just come in like, oh, OJ line, like, where are your clothes? Coming soon. just keep your TV
Yeah.
on. Or you are an entertainer. You just go to parties and you
And yeah,
dance.
I mean, yeah,
Do you
that's.
feel the pressure to want to fit into one of these things?
I
One
think
of-
coming out of the house, I did feel that as long as something makes you happy, because everything is just a decision, and in truth, that's where happiness lies.
Mm,
It's like someone saying ignorance is bliss or knowledge is bliss.
mm.
The thing is, you can't decide because if someone chooses to be ignorant, they're truly happy with it. That's the truth to them.
To them,
Yeah, so
perspective, right?
exactly, yeah, it's all perspective. So I don't mind my name being attached to something. I don't mind not having my own because at the end of the day, let's be honest, the end goal is having that money to take care of yourself.
Yeah, this body.
I know exactly because I have to take care of my parents, take care of my siblings, and if I'm doing that, I'm satisfied. You know, having a name, at least the one legacy, you know, I would want to have at the end of the day is kindness and happiness, you know, and keeping everybody, you know, afloat, keeping everyone sane.
So basically, you just be that guy. Whoever is in need just runs to and just like you sign a check.
I can try. Yeah, definitely. You know, because at the end of the day, I had to.
Nitro is looking at you right now. Nitro is like, you're going to sign a check.
If I'm within that power, you know, if I have that power, if I'm giving that power, I would definitely, you know, do that.
For those of you who don't know, Nitro is our guy behind the scenes. Shout out to Jemai.
Yeah, shout out. You guys are doing a great job.
Boss lady. All right. So, right about now, I'm just going to pick your brain. You have a deeper perspective than us on the outside. I want to have your Mount Rushmore, your top 4. Your top 4. I'm putting you on the spot. Okay, exactly. Your top 4. They may not be in order, but who are the top 4 people, or should I say 5? I think it's usually 5 people who are the final. So your top 5, the people you see. So if this is the time to be prophetic.
Exactly, but I'm not a prophet.
Look deep.
Everybody asks for 5. You
top 5. Yeah, lucky I didn't even say 1, but I didn't want to say 1 because you just said Daniella, and it will not work. So top 5.
Definitely, I have to wish my person well now. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everyone.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah, she is. I mean, there's a reason why she's my girlfriend. So, I would say Hermes. That guy is competitive.
Yeah, it would be awkward if you didn't mention Hermes.
Exactly, he's my boy, and I want the best for him too. Yes, Esfina, you know, in as much as people are saying what they want to say. So I have an in-depth perception on all these things. You know,
you don't think she's spoiling her game?
Spoiling her game
with the whole groovy thing.
I mean, I think it's giving people the content they want. So I think for that reason, she will be in the house. So there's enough time for her to, you know, get her act together and still, you know, when it's time for game, are they actually using focus during that time? You know, so there's a difference, you know. So during her task, she's doing what she's meant to do. So, and yeah, you can have, it's like a work-life balance in as much as you have a life in that.
Yeah, but there were situations in the past where the love thing kind of like put them off their game and got the viewers irritated a bit.
Oh yeah, if you're going to the task and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, yes, you can say it distracted you. But if you're in the task and you're actually doing what you're doing, yeah. There's a balance now. Balance, baby.
So who's your number 3?
Number 3, Brian.
Brian?
Yes, Brian. Brian is intelligent.
Yeah, he is smart.
And he's misunderstood. They say he's annoying, or he has it's just the energy.
He has a strong opinion.
Yeah. It's just the energy. If you can actually settle down and not listen to the energy, listen to his words. Subtext is very important. And that's okay,
But that also speaks to growth too. Some people may not have been they may not have matured to that point where they can see things from another person's perspective.
Imagine you can understand a person like that. It means on a personal level you have also grown.
Yeah, true. Exactly. So you're number 4.
My number 4.
Your faves, they've not called your faves yet, or you're still waiting.
Number 4, Daniella, definitely. No, hear me out.
She was not number 1?
Hear me out. Come down. Like you said, it doesn't have to be in order.
You're about to study law, right?
Like, I was just about to say that.
Okay,
and it's not
Daniella.
that she has a lot to offer, So, whatever speculations are going around, I have a better perspective because I was in the house and this girl has. I think she is the reason, we look at tasks the way we look at them in the house.
How so?
Because, like you see level 1 now, you might see this task. The key points are ingenuity, creativity, and let's say performance. I think they just look at what they want and just go out. But beauty always makes sure that you look at that ingenuity. What can you do, to portray ingenuity? What can you do to portray creativity? Those key points will have to hit it. Keep it short, keep it simple, but also educate. I think the first task we had said it has to educate Big Brother. And we did, and we hit all those points. That was beauty right there. She's very intelligent.
Do you think if she wasn't disqualified, she would have made it to your top 5 or to the top 5? Most definitely, right?
Even if she's outside the house, she's still my top 5.
Oh, but she's not going to be in this list because you've not given me your 5th name.
No, you said 4 now.
we adjusted it to 5. Because it's 5 that come out to the final day.
Okay,
we need one more.
Adekunle.
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 I was just looking at you one eye.
Mm.
I was looking at you with my
Really?
third eye. I was just looking. You're not going to call Adekunle.
Based
I'm
on
speaking for
strategy,
someone.
you know, as a strategist,
Yeah.
you know, you have to be giving your accolades and he's a cunning man.
He's a conny
He's a cunning
man.
man.
Really?
Yeah, I feel so.
Really?
Yeah, I feel
I know he's smart, but then I never really, I've not seen that side to him. The strategic Connie. He just seems like a chill guy.
I think he's a slow snake, you know, just does his own thing at his own time. You know, when it's time, you know, he'll play the part. He'll play the parts really, really well.
Did the temper shock you?
His
It's just
temper?
like you're talking to Adekunle, you're like, oh, let's have his. Oh,
I think
twice. He did that twice. Yeah.
I mean, he's human now.
Yeah,
You
but
can only bottle up so much.
I mean, but you didn't. You didn't.
Expect it.
No, you did when you were on the show. You
Me?
didn't. So.
I actually did. I actually did. You know, for good at hiding.
Ah.
Yeah, I actually did.
Okay.
And saw that side to me. Lebai saw that side to me. I was good at hiding because I will always tell you I'm not in the right state of mind right now. The best thing to do is stay away from me and let me come to you.
Oh,
Come
well,
to you.
that's better than punching someone's lights out. The damage. All right, guys, let's go on a last and final break. And when we come back, we're going to be doing some games here. So you want to stay tuned and find out what these games are going to be.
Started up this weekend on the Weekend Vibe.
All right, welcome back, my people. I have the amazing Khalid. I feel like we just had a book of revelations opened up to us this afternoon. All right, so we're going to play a game of this or that. So let's delve in.
Bismillah. Let's go.
All right, television series or movies?
Television series.
Are you even a television person?
I used to be, you know. I prefer playing video games, you know, or just having conversations, you know.
Okay. Magodo or Ikoyi? Say the truth.
I haven't been to Magodo, so I'll just.
You haven't been to
Yeah, I
Magodo?
haven't walked.
But you stay in Lagos?
No, I stay in Abuja.
Whoa! But you've been to
I've
Ikoyi?
been to Ikoyi, so I'll definitely say Ikoyi because
Let's
that's
say
the
Ikoyi.
devil I know.
Man, you like good things. All right, Range or Mercedes? I know you've definitely said.
Mercedes. I'm not an SUV guy.
Range.
I'm not an SUV guy. I don't like big cars. I don't like big cars.
Range is watching you right now.
I'm sorry, Range. I would definitely be an ambassador. Yeah, I definitely want to be an ambassador, but I just don't like big cars.
Okay. Dining or takeaway?
Dining.
Ronaldo or Messi? I'm a Barcelona fan.
I don't watch football.
Okay.
I would say Ronaldo.
I just said I was a Barcelona fan.
I'm sorry, I don't care.
We'll see after this. We're going to see after this.
I'm begging on me, have mercy.
All right. Samsung or Apple?
Samsung or Apple? Samsung. I'm an Android person, you know. I think,
Hey, my
Samsung,
people.
Samsung,
right?
Yeah, it's flexible, you know. Come on.
Yeah, tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Very flexible.
It's very flexible. Leave them, Jerry. It's bad, better that's worrying them. All right. So, love or money?
Love or money?
Sorry, let me make this a little bit cleaner. Daniella or 100 million?
100 million. Hey, you want to put me for a spot? Hey, you know me. I'll definitely walk in the queue with this one.
Oh my goodness. Even Daniella will be like, "Are you okay?"
Exactly. So
Better bring that 100 million. Let's share.
Because you go chop son.
Zombies or vampires?
Zombies or vampires?
Vampires,
yes.
because they are fine.
Because aside that you can reason,
Yeah.
you can say stop and you will actually try and
that answer is better than my own.
you can actually reason with them. Guy,
My brother.
My blood no sweet.
My brother, see my condition.
As I did like
Reason me. Then you start singing one to Baba song. See me as your brother.
So yes, vampires.
All right, working hard or hardly working?
Working hard.
Okay, you're that kind of guy like that. You like work.
I mean, who likes work, but it's necessary.
Some people like work.
Yeah. I mean,
some people they actually do.
I mean, actually, as long as I'm passionate about it, definitely go. Yeah, all day.
Okay, so give me three countries with the letter F. Let's go.
France.
They've started finishing back.
Finland.
Finland.
Yes. I think those are the
Those are the needs.
help a brother out.
Oh man, Fiji.
Fiji.
Fiji. Yeah.
Forgot about Fiji.
I think it's a cool place though. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
All right. This last and final one is to be done in 60 seconds. Even your ancestors, they cannot help you because we are blocking their Bluetooth device. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me 5 items you can purchase. I know you're a big boy. With 100 naira.
5 items.
5.
Okay.
Fine.
Gala.
Yeah. Gala.
Pure water.
Water.
Yeah. Biscuits.
Which biscuit?
Hobnobs.
Hobnobs.
Yes.
Hobnobs, 100 naira. So recession has not gotten to hobnobs.
Are you serious?
Okay.
What do I do? Okay.
Hobnobs.
Tom, definitely.
Tom.
Yeah.
What's the question again? Tom. Items.
Yes. That was an easy one. Paper. Yes. That was an answer. You thought you were what?
Anyway. Oh man.
Ancestors, look like me, bro.
Man, your ancestors, they entered night bus so, because they located Lagos, man.
Naija people.
Oh man. It's been a fantastic one, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank
you for coming on the show. That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. The great Khalid over here. It's been an amazing time with you. And thanks to the crew and everyone who put this together. This is the Weekend Vibes on Scar Radio, the BBNaija special. Till next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Ciao.
Turn it up this weekend on the Weekend Vibe.